Everything you need is already inside of you. The world would not be what it is without you. When we begin to create change within us, we begin to create change in the world around us. Your journey to becoming your best self as the whole person starts right now.
Hello and welcome to our podcast. I'm Lauren Sweeney. I'm your host today of our Become Your Best podcast and webinar series for Rise Up For You. We are so excited that you are here, either live watching us on our Facebook page, Rise Up For You, or you're listening to us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and all of the places. Well, today's guests are really, literally famous, you guys. They are just the most amazing, dynamic women. They're sisters, and I cannot wait to tell you about them and then bring them onto our platform. They live close by to me, actually, in Los Angeles, California. Liz is a self-made entrepreneur, and they're both published authors. They co-authored a book, which we're going to talk about today. And she's a philanthropist who splits her time between the Bahamas and Malibu. Okay, Liz, we like it. We like it. Rachel is also an entrepreneur, co-authored the book, and she's a mom of two living in Los Angeles, California. We are so excited to learn a little bit about their journey because, you guys, they created this company called Radical Skincare. And their goal is to merge skincare and self-care so people can create a life-changing formula. So not only do they have a product so that you can glow and look amazing, also they have radical rituals. And their book is called Get Radical: Secrets to Living a Life You Absolutely Love, as a guide that delivers radical results in skincare and life. They are on a mission to support female empowerment and entrepreneurship, to help you dream big and see your dreams in vivid detail and never take no for an answer. Rachel and Liz, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lauren.
It's so great to be here.
Glad to be here. Thank you for that. I didn't know I was famous. I feel like that's really cool. I got famous in the last 5 minutes. Famous in my puppy's minds.
Yes.
You're so kind. You're so generous, and all that you do. And I've spent a lot of time listening to your work and the wonderful people that you have come on and share, and how you bring out the best in them so you can bring out the best in your community. So good for you, because you are quite radical and definitely live in the ethos that we're so committed to.
Oh, thank you both so much. Really a pleasure to have you on. So tell us a little bit about your journey before you became famous, before you guys published this book, started this company that literally has gone global, helping people with their skin, and now also helping them with, their finances, their mind, their health, like all of it. But take me back a little. Here you are. And I know that you had several things that you yourselves were like, how do we deal with our rosacea, right? How do we deal with our own issues? So talk to me about that.
Sure. Well, we originally were from Virginia and grew up on a farm. And our dad was a world famous reconstructive surgeon. He founded the burn unit. He created steri strips, those little strips that you put on instead of sutures. So he did all of these, and he gave them to 3M, right? So we grew up with a radical DNA of giving back, of making a radical difference no matter what, because he actually was immobile in a wheelchair from his neck down and still published 3,000 peer-reviewed journal articles. So he wouldn't take no for an answer. He didn't let his own adversity get in the way to create opportunity and change the landscape of medicine for millions of people. So growing up like that, we always had this kind of get radical, go above and beyond, color outside the lines, don't take no for an answer. We had that within us. And so our journeys took us eventually from Virginia to LA, and the perfect storm hit us. We had been working with celebrities and different top skincare brands and taking celebrities and creating product for them. And it was masstige, and it was online, and it was television. And then the perfect storm happened. I realized gravity was real. that actually
Lucky us.
that at every age and stage of our life we can experience a challenge. So I went from child acne to then adult acne after I thought it was all clear. And of course, being in skincare, I thought, why can't I have this fixed? But my sister had a much more telling moment, which really drove us to get radical and not just change our skin, but change our lives.
Wow.
Yeah. So after I had my second child, who I just adore, however, I developed rosacea, and my skin was red, bumpy, inflamed. If you go to our website, lucky me, or you can even just Google me, you'll see my before picture. Like, I never thought that was going to go viral, but it did. I had red, bumpy skin. Thanks, Liz, for sharing that lovely.
It is in the book.
That's great. Yeah, so it was really a confidence killer. When you in life, I've always had pretty good skin, and then all of a sudden I felt like my face was walking into a room before I was. And I mean, I was embarrassed. I was trying to put makeup on. It made it look worse. It burned, it hurt. So basically they put me on topical antibiotics, oral antibiotics, and it burned my skin more. And Liz and I were like, okay, we have been in the business as long as we have. We need to create the strongest skincare for anti-aging, but designed for sensitive skin. And as she was saying, we are so fortunate to have an amazing father as a scientist. So we basically called him up and we were like, hey, Dad, we need to fix our face. And it's like, he's always been the guy that jumps right in and it's like, okay, let's figure it out. So we got together with our scientists and really try to create, like, what is a technology that can deliver ingredients at the highest level that are going to fight what's one of the number one causes of aging, which is free radicals, and to be able to attack those problems, but without irritating the skin, because we all want radical results. And that was our trilacell technology, which basically encapsulates all those powerful ingredients, delivers it to the skin without irritation. And from that point on, we gave it to friends, family, and the results were unbelievable. 3 weeks, I was off all my topical antibiotics and my skin was completely transformed. And as we always said, and our father was always like, to be a difference, you must make a difference. And first we were like, we'll keep this to ourselves. But then we know that there was something more, that we wanted to be able to give it to others as well.
Wow. Just amazing.
When you look at many of you there, the statistics show it's over 80% of the world knows that they have sensitive skin. So there's a level of, I've tried everything. I've spent the most on the most expensive stuff, and I've done the cheapest stuff, and I've gotten the dermatology recommended stuff, and I'm still not seeing the difference in the mirror, and I'm still frustrated. And so we said, you know what? We can be that difference. We can actually take our adversity and turn it into opportunity, which is one of those radical lessons and radical rituals. When we have adversity in life, let's turn that into an opportunity. But we knew that you had to be more than skin deep. If we were going to share this with the world, and this was going to be a radical legacy, we knew that how you were feeling on the inside is felt by the world, right? And so it is an inside job. We know we've got you covered in the best of skincare, but we know that if you don't apply radical rituals that we've been so blessed to have learned and had access to some of the best coaches and entrepreneurs on the planet today, where we have questioned them and said, what is it? What's the 1 or 2 or 5 things that if someone could just take these lessons and integrate them, how can it transform their life? So it's skincare and self-care, combining the two and using the products as an anchor to remind ourselves to incorporate these very powerful rituals or daily activities that totally transform life. And we've seen it again and again, where people have gone from not feeling confident to never having a business class in a certain area, but having enough passion and purpose and desire, that just by applying this visualization and these dreams and these goal setting techniques, they have gotten where they wanted to go. Dollar number and figures that they never dreamed possible, that we never dreamed possible. We've seen them written down. The examples are endless of how whatever your dream is, whatever the journey is, we want to, as Radical, take you to your passion, your purpose, to your health and your wealth. Take you to those pillars to create a movement moving you in those directions, a movement that matters, to get radical in your life and also in your skin, using that as an anchor to take you there.
Oh, I love that. And that's essentially what you wrote in the book. Is that right? Tell us a little bit about the book. And then I want to talk about, where someone would just start. Actually, let's do that one first before the book. You just mentioned, Liz, like several success principles. And obviously you were raised by somebody who was radical in the best sense of the word, and so amazing and giving and kind and creative. And look at the impact now that his daughters are able to make. So what if somebody is listening and they really don't feel like that courage on the inside? And maybe it's coming from what you talked about, Rachel, like terrible skin. So we know that they could fix it with your skincare. But in terms of the self-care, those radical rituals, what do you think is the most important one?
Well, just like when you're creating skincare or you're baking a cake, right? There are multiple ingredients. There is also that ingredient that allows it to rise, right? To rise up. The cake can rise up. The ingredients in your life allow you to rise up. So we talk about radical principles, like saying the radical yes. That is a core principle, saying yes when you would typically say no. Because if you were a rocket ship and you started here, and let's just say every yes is a 1 degree change every time you say yes. So instead of going here where you are at ground zero, every yes will take you in the direction of your dream. So being open to the unknown, because the magic so many times lives in where the unknown is. You know what you know. And if what you're doing today, you're getting the same results and you want a different result, then it's important to adopt, try, and embrace another way. And we know that by saying yes, you'll create more opportunities. Goal setting, radical goal setting, it's extraordinarily important to be specific, to write down your goal. There's something that happens. Everyone listen to this, and believe me, you must believe me. You must write your goals down and do it in the present tense. I'm so happy and grateful. Gratitude raises your vibration. I'm so happy and grateful now that I write down, be specific with dates and be specific with amounts, what it is, what would make your heart sing. What is it that
scare you and excite you? It has to scare you and excite you. It has to be big. We know our goals that we can set and say, we know we can achieve that. We've got that one covered. But this, you have to push and get a little uncomfortable. You have to say, okay, that kind of scares me. Or sometimes you might have this conversation, I don't really deserve that. The way that you're talking to yourself is that you deserve everything that you're asking for. And so like Liz is saying, is like really being specific with your amounts, writing that down, putting a date to it as well, and putting that everywhere that you can bathroom, on your refrigerator. So it's always top of mind, and you need to read that every day, and you need to write it down every single day.
Oh, I love it. So those radical rituals, really starting with the radical goal setting and saying it in the present moment. And I love that. It has to scare you. It has to excite you as if it's already occurred. Okay, now let's go back to the book. Tell us a little bit about it. And just, I don't know, maybe one of your favorite parts.
So here's the book. It's our Get Radical book. And this was really a labor of love. And in these pages, we have taken the interviews and the conversations we've had with some of the most successful people in the world, and really talking about these ingredients like radical passion, radical purpose, radical kindness, radical gratitude, like all of the things that can really move you in the direction of your dream. And, visualization, people talk a lot about whether it's, the law of attraction or visualization, but why visualization and seeing images are so important. When your mind works in images, it doesn't work in words. So if I say to you cat, you don't think CAT. You think of the image of a cat. If I say dog, the same. Beautiful garden, the same. You don't see the words written out. So it's very important to attach what you want to images so that your mind can then digest that and see it as such. There's a great story. So I built from this little white beach shack in Malibu. I created my home, Il Pelicano. And look, we all go through challenges, and I was going through a divorce, and I have a lot of self-doubt. And I knew that selling this house at a price that many were saying was unreasonable. So listen to this, you guys. People may say it's unreasonable. Going back to what Rachel said, make it big enough that it scares and excites you, and believe in the unbelievable to make the impossible possible. And you have to keep expecting it will be. So when I chose my realtor, she was a good friend. She wasn't like the hottest realtor that everyone would follow. No, I knew she'd hold the space for what I knew needed to occur. I believed it. And I set a price on this and had so much criticism. So you will get criticism, you guys, when you break out of the box, when you go after your dream. It may threaten other people. So keep looking around you. Who are the closest people to you? And do they emulate where you want to go? When you see the people you're connecting to, are they someone that you say, I want to be like that in 5 years, 10 years? That's where I'm going. And if not, it's time to up level, rise up that vibration, rise up that community, and start to access mentors that can take you there. So I got so much criticism. I listed it on the market. COVID hit. Now they're like, oh, it's worse than ever. It's never going to happen. I kept writing in my journal. I'm so happy and grateful now that I sell Il Pelicano for $26.5 million. And, it would have been the highest sold house per square foot almost in all of Malibu. Okay. That's how it was like, everyone's like, are you joking me? It's a 3,800 square foot house. Are you serious? Take the house off the market. I keep writing my goal, writing my goal, writing my goal. Out of the blue, someone 12 years earlier had rented the house for a month, was so inspired by the house that he said, I will give you, I know your house is no longer listed. I will give you your last listing price, every single dollar of it. I don't want one bit of discount. And I'm going to buy your house cash. Now, okay, house is not listed, no longer on MLS. Call comes out of the blue, keep writing my dream down, even though all the facts in the universe would lead to there is no possible way this could happen. Okay.
Wow.
And this was purchased many years ago in 1999 for a fraction of that, just a dream in a cinder block shack, just a dream. So all of that to say, even in whatever you're looking at around you, whatever job you're sitting in, whatever relationship you're in, there is more of you. Whatever you're seeking is seeking you. It's opening up those channels of goal setting, of visualization, of letting your desire be the motor that takes you there, but let expecting it to occur. You have to anchor expectation. Not like, yeah, I really love this and I want it, but it'll never happen. That's like wiping out what you just did. You've got to expect and just start to integrate. It will occur. And, just like the gratitude, writing 10 things you're grateful for every day to uplift and just train your brain to look for the good, 10 different things, not for what it looks like, the facts and the reasons, the news and this and that, this, the stats are this many, over the age of this isn't going to happen. Forget it. It doesn't matter. Just keep going and being in love with your dream, and you're going to express all of that and more.
Wow. Amazing. Rachel, is there a favorite part of the book for you?
Wow, the book was such a journey in itself. I mean, every chapter had something that you can reflect on in your own life and take a piece of. And I love the connectability of the book. So basically, there are days where things are not maybe going the way that I want them to go. I can open up that book, I can point my finger down, I can look at it and be like, that's what I needed to hear today. So that's one of my favorite things about our book, is that anyone can take it and open it up at any point in time, and they're going to get something from that message, something that's going to impact their life and give them the ability to maybe change the lens that they're looking through. Because in life, we're always looking through different lenses, and to be able to adjust the lens and say, okay, maybe I'm looking at this in more of a negative way. How can I shift that to see the good and how that's going to impact my life or those that I love around me? And so basically, I can't pick one specific thing.
I love that. That was amazing. So if people want to get your book, they want to get your skincare, they want to just get more of both of you, they go to radicalskincare.com.
Yes, absolutely.
And we do have a little special for all of us listening and watching. When you go to radicalskincare.com, you can use coupon code RISE10 and get 10% off site-wide.
That's right.
And another thing I might mention, Lauren, because of our commitment, after launching Radical, and part of that entrepreneurial journey is after creating this, we launched it in 17 countries, 900 stores in 3 years. We traveled around the world, and we were in the Harrods and the Barneys and the Saks and the Sephora and you name it. And because we were so committed to that authentic voice and the vision that we would be able to change millions of people's lives and lead them to embrace passion, their purpose, health, and give them wealth, we bought our company back. We, against all odds, said, I know that it's great to be in these famous stores, and we got the Elle Genius Award and the Shape Award, and we got all these written up in every major magazine. But we knew to really help people, we had to go and give them an opportunity where they live and help it fit into where they are, right? And so we bought our company back. And so instead of giving the 40 or 50% to the retailers, we decided to give the platform of our company and bring in radical partners to share the opportunity with, where they have a turnkey opportunity to take Radical and share what they love with people they love, and create wealth in their life and abundance, and even more radical access to a community that's all about helping take them to their dreams, take them down the journey. So it's a huge collective of women and men that are 100% committed. We're giving you all the access of the tools that we have in our self-care center, and access to different mentors and opportunities that we bring on, and give you the access of the business platform that we spent millions and millions of dollars and over 10 years creating, giving that to others so it can be a light in their life, their communities, and that of their families. So we just recently made a major commitment to get radical and go beyond our comfort zone. Sure that whatever we have been so gifted and blessed with, that we can share it with others and really watch the difference that it can create in their lives. So we're very excited about that next chapter as it will in our life.
If people are interested then in being part of the team, and it sounds like they can sell Radical Skincare now with you, right? Yeah. They find out about the opportunity on your website as well, radicalskincare.com.
They can. When you go to the home page, up top it'll say become a brand partner.
Wow.
And click on that, you'll get more information, and you'll provide us with your information, and we can reach out to you and help you on your way.
Amazing.
Success.
Amazing. Now you have a show too. I mean, is there anything you don't do? You also have a show, right? Get Radical on YouTube.
We do, and it's been. We just took some of the people actually that are in our book, and other entrepreneurs that we've met along the way, and upon hearing their stories and being so inspired, we wanted to bring it to you, because we know that we're on our journey, right? We're all teaching what we need to know the most. And one thing I'd love to just share with everyone: your thoughts are things. Your thoughts are things. And it's so important to be careful about what we're thinking. And like Rachel was talking about, our talk track. And if you just for a moment believe and listen to yourself and thinking, I am sitting against a radical wishing tree. So everything that comes out of my mouth, there's a little fairy up top, an angel that has a wand and then says, and so it is. And so it is. So whatever you're wishing and whatever you're speaking into, make sure you want that little wand going, and so it is. And if you don't want that, it's so important to be on ourselves, to change our talk track and create, a new muscle memory in loving what we are becoming, loving ourselves into what is possible, because it is possible. Anything you're dreaming, you couldn't have dreamt it if it wasn't there waiting for you. So we just hope that whatever we have to share, whatever we have to give is able to light up, and we're here for direct messages, conversations. We do a deep dive into our book. We do that once a month where you can come online and ask questions and Q&As and share things, because we're very accessible, because we're all sisters on a mission, right? Yes. We're all sisters. We may not be biological sisters, but we are all sisters lifting one another up with a movement that matters to get radical and create a life we love.
Oh, wow. I love it. So many different places for people to connect with you, even wherever they're at in their lives, from a good product to actually having some self-care and some routines, to your book, to now the business opportunity. Just really incredible. So Liz and Rachel, we have a final question that we love to ask, and that is, what does Rise Up for You mean to you?
Rachel?
Of course. Yeah. So, Rising Up is such a inspirational place and community, and just like being here with you and being able to lift other people up into opportunity and having a life that they love. That's really what we're all about. And we want to continue to participate with people that are like-minded in that world. And so, Rising Up is, everyone really holding hands together and lifting each other up through whether it's opportunity or whatever it is that's going on in their life. So it's really, it's making an impact for sure.
I love it. Absolutely.
And rising up to be the best that we can be, because it's when we become more, we can give more, we can love more, we can share more. So the more that we rise up and we lift others, the more we're able to proliferate the power of giving. And giving is love. So you're sharing a lot of love, Lauren. We so appreciate you. Thank you for doing what you do and inspiring in any way that we can be a part and contribute to others' lives, to take them on their radical journey of success and happiness and share that love. We want to be there. So we're so grateful to spend this time with you and your community.
Thank you so much for joining us. You're both just amazing, incredible story, and look at the impact that it's making. And hey, more to come, right? More to come in the impact and the ripple. Weren't they just amazing? Incredible to have them on the show, that taking their company, building a company to fix their own skin, and then now the radical impact that they're making through the book, through the business, all of the things. Well, it's been my absolute pleasure having you here with us on our podcast, whether you're watching on our Facebook page or you're listening to our podcast on all the different platforms. We so appreciate you being here. If you would like to get your free Become Your Best Success Kit, please go to riseupforyou.com/personal development. You can get our free time management guide. You can get our LinkedIn guide, which is very popular. You can even connect and get a free coaching call with myself or one of our trainers. Thank you for joining us today, and we will see you soon.